My name is Oliver Mbatia Ernest. I was born in a place called Gitui village. My mother was called Agnes Gathoni or Kiruri, and my father was Ernest Mwangi, and they were all born in the same village I was born. I'm named after my brother, my father's brother, who was called Mbatia. My name is Oliver Mbatia Ernest. I was born in a place called Gitui village, and the date which I was born, really I'm not sure about that date, because I was born at the missionary at Kahuhia. My mother was called Agnes Gathoni or Kiruri, and my father was Ernest Mwangi, and they were all born in the same village I was born. When I was a small boy, I was like any boy in the village. I used to go to be taken care by my mother wherever she went, and of course we were playing with the other kids from the village, and the only thing to do there is either to play some games, and of course fighting as kids do, and then mostly was looking for the goat and staying at home.
What would you say your family life was? Was it a happy childhood?
I think it was fun. We were very happy because my father and mom, we were getting anything we wanted, like eating rice and eating nyama, which was bought from the hotels.
Okay, so you were a well-off family.
Yeah, we were well-off family.
Okay. How many were you in your family?
I think my elder brother and my sister and the other two kids, or boys, yeah.
Okay. So who are you named after?
Myself? Mm-hmm. I'm named after my brother, my father's brother, who was called Mbatia.
How did you get that name, being the second son?
No, but you see the naming of the Kikuyus is that the first boy is named after my father's name, and then the second, and the first boy is named after my father's father, and if is then the third boy is also named after my father's brothers, and if it is a girl, the other way around. First girl is named after my mother's names. Is it? Yeah.
Mother's mother.
Yeah.
Your mother's mother.
Yeah, my mother's mother, and that is the naming tradition in Kikuyu. It alternate. Yeah.
So you are the third boy.
Huh?
You are the third boy.
Yeah, I was third. No, third boy was second. Yeah, third boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And your parents, what did they do for a living?
Oh, they were all businessmen. My mother is in those days, she was just going to the chambers and so forth. But my father was a driver, and nothing like just hustling like every man and so forth.
Okay.
And she was employed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's answer that question again. Your father was not nothing.
No, I didn't say that my father is nothing.
Oh, okay.
I feel you see that during those times, my father was a driver,
Okay.
and then he was hired by somebody called, another Kikuyu, a rich one from Wedaga. And then what else? And my mother was just, a housewife.
Okay.
That's what you could probably say.
What are your early memories of your father?
I would say my father was very good because every time he comes, he was bringing us something, something to eat, like if it was meat and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes he will ask you to he'll give you a ride to go to Kahuia, to Moranga, and then back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was he strict? Like, was he a strict disciplinarian, or was he very laid back? And what
No, my father and mother, they really wanted us to go to school.
Okay.
And they were strict in every sense.
Mm-hmm.
And as part of I can remember, he was teaching us, how to read and how to write, and all things to do with the educations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So both of them were educated.
Yeah, they were educated.
And were they both Christians, or?
Oh, they were Christians, both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about your siblings. What kind of a relationship did you have with your brothers and sister growing up?
But at that time when you were growing, we know the same thing. You can think about. We have to work in the field, in the chambers, and so forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were from an early age, Christianity was very important to you. You went to church, baptized.
Yeah, we were baptized.
Okay, as infants.
And of course, we had godfathers and so forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you went to school.
Mm-hmm.
What was your experience in school, early school education?
Early school education.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, you can say sometimes it was very, very difficult because when we used to go to Kahuia, about, I can say about 4 miles and so forth. And that time, when it was raining, you had to go to school,
So school was, you had to go to school?
You had to go to school. There was no excuse.
What would happen if you missed school?
How can you miss the school that time?
If somehow.
You had to go. Otherwise, you would be whooped.
Okay. So how was school? What was the curriculum, like, how would you describe that?
Well, the school was very, very interesting. When you go as a small kid, you just put together, and they try to, to help you to do some spelling and some. I can't remember even what we did, because the only thing I remember when you were, to be taught how to write, you were using sand put on a plate, and then they shake it out so that people could write it on it, and because they could raise it and could, and so forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was primary education.
Primary education.
And then there was an exam.
And then from there, there was a very interesting exam called what was the name of the school? You know, the one which qualify you to go to standard 4, standard 4 and 5 and 6.
Common entrance.
Common entrance examinations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this was set by overseas.
I think the examination was set overseas.
Okay.
And then we were tested, and they could only take few to secondary schools.
Yeah.
And then secondary schools, there were some of them very good. Like myself, we went to Kangaroo High School, which was in Embu. Yeah. Yeah.
And your principal there was Jeremiah Nyaga?
Jeremiah Nyaga.
How was it being in high school? Was it a boarding school? Or
It was a boarding school.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, we, for boys only. And then, of course, that time we had very good teachers and so forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you get from Muranga to Embu?
Muranga to Embu?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we used to go from house. If you're lucky, whatever mean you get, if you get a lorry, it drop you to Muranga. And then Muranga, we used to go to about a distance, so that you can get the train to go. The train was going to Nyeri and Nanyuki. But the one we got that was we find at Sagana, there was a lorry which was hired by the school to take us to school.
Okay.
About 35 miles and something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boarding school, how many months would you be away from the family?
Was about, is it 3 months or 4 months?
Okay, so it's the same as...
Yeah.
Then you make the same journey back.
Yeah, you go back, yeah.
What would you do over the holidays when you are...
Oh, when holiday there, you are working on the farm.
Okay.
There's nothing else you can do.
Was there a particular chore that you liked doing?
What?
Work in the farm, like was there something that you loved?
It really depends on the season.
Okay.
If it's a season for harvesting, you go and harvesting in the May.
So how many years of high school was that? Was it 4 years? Or?
It was about, Form 1, Form 2, Standard 1, Standard 2, Standard 3, Standard 4. And then after that, you go to the high school, which was about 2 years.
It was 2 years.
2 years.
At what point did your dad pass in your childhood? How old were you? Do you remember?
I was in high school.
You were in high school.
Yeah.
When you received the news of his passing, or how did you know about it?
I was just told by they called. Mm-hmm. And that time I was the one was the big one. So I was the one who took the charge to bury my father.
Okay.
And then we buried him at our farm in the Gishagi.
Tell us a little more about that experience as the eldest son in high school, and now you are in charge of the family and you make these big decisions.
Normally what happened, the firstborn, whoever was, especially the boy, he was to take care of about all the things which are required in your home. Like is that those things like matanga, the community will help you to do it. Yeah.
How old were you?
I don't remember.
You are of age for sure.
What?
You had already gone through the you had already gone through the what is it? You had become a man. At that point you already gone through the ritual of becoming a man, or were you?
Well.
Before?
You know, in the Kikuyu culture, when you get to a certain age, you are circumcised. And once you are circumcised, a boy, now you are a grown-up person and responsible person to do all the cause of the family. Yeah.
So you had already been.
Yeah.
You already had been married.
Yeah.
Okay. And how did you feel about being in that responsibility, that weight of the responsibility? How did it affect you?
It didn't affect me at all because, once somebody is passed away, nothing you can do.
So you accepted it and
Yeah.
into your own.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have a support system that?
Oh, community. It is a responsibility of the people came from the village. They help you to do all those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How did your mother handle it? How was she doing?
I mean, she has to accept it.
Okay.
And continue with the life.
Okay. So now you finish high school.
Yeah.
And you start working. Tell us about your first job.
No, when I finish high school, I can say I start working, and the only place you could get a job is Nairobi. So I went to Nairobi. And then there in Nairobi, I was staying with some friends, and then I was looking for a job. And from there, I went to I left Nairobi and I went to America.
Don't rush the story. Let's not rush. I want to know your experience. So you're in the village, and you're now moving to the big city of Nairobi. How was that experience for you? What were you experiencing during that whole change from living in the village to now being in the city?
Being in Nairobi. What was the experience? What do you mean by experience?
Well, the city is big. Different. Them cars and many people like.
You see, when you went, when I went to Nairobi, of course there were some men who have been there working, so they were very good friends. I was working with them. Okay. Yeah.
Was it normal at that time, during that period, for the men to go to the city to look for work?
There was no other place to look for a work at that time. It was only Nairobi. Okay. Yeah.
So you come to Nairobi, and you're working for the government, and you're the only. How did you even get that job?
No, as a matter of fact, you are, going to see different places asking whether they will need somebody. You put your application, and then either they accept or not accept you. Yeah.
Okay, so you applied?
You applied, I got a job.
Okay.
I got a job at a department called, Exchequer and Audit Department. Okay. And I think even today that place I went, I got a job, is still there. Okay. Yeah.
And you liked that job?
No, it's a job at that time.
Okay. You mentioned that you were the only black person. How was it working with your fellow auditors in that office?
When I was hired at audit department, there were some people, about 3 Asians. We were working together with them. Yeah, and those Asians, there were one who was supposed to show me what I was supposed to do, and they were very, very nice and very good. Yeah.
Did they treat you as an equal?
No, that time, you see, we did not realize about what they are and so forth, except you could tell, let alone there is a differences of black people and white people. especially when we were going from Nairobi to other places.
What were the differences?
Differences is even in the building, when you go to the toilet, there was toilet for white and black people and so forth. In Nairobi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How long did you work there?
I don't know, for a very short time.
What happened?
That time I was, there came these ideas about, not really the idea. We could see a lot of people going to overseas and so forth. And then there was a place called Airlift to go to America, a move, something like that.
Okay. Was that through the government or was it?
No, it was by those politicians of that particular time, during people like who? Tom Boyer, and who else? And other people. Let's see, Tom Boyer was there, and Karaoke Njiri, and Kiano.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So they championed.
Championed that particular time.
Can you tell us a little bit about the airlift? What is it? What was the airlift?
Airlift. What happened with that airlift was very, very interesting. Is when people came to hear about airlift, it was to go to study in the US. So some people like, who is given credit? They came and say that, we have got a move to go to America. And we had to apply. And those people are meeting people at different places.
Okay.
And they select people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did you hear it? How did you hear about it? And
so when I hear about it, I was, informed by other people, that particular time. And I would say the person who really told me about it was somebody called the late Jim or Jiggy, was that, was from our area. Then we met at Moranga. Was a big people. And that time they selected people to go to America.
okay.
Yeah.
So was it like a lottery? You put your name?
Not a lottery.
Or is it an application?
No, there was not application. When those politicians, they just pick somebody.
They just decide from their community.
Yeah, I know.
Five people. 10.
No, I don't know how. The people, you have to have, the application which you have made. And then from those applications, they say so and so and so. Even those applications didn't mean anything. You have to have a school you are going at the point. And that the school which is, I can say the one I went at Akona A&M I was helped by Maina Wanjigi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's the schools that were recruiting the students?
No, I don't, you have to apply. I don't know. I was thinking the other day that, how did I come to know about US school?
Exactly.
Yeah, that one, even it was very interesting because my wife, she had she came to know about it. Maina Wanjigi's wife, and they were friends, and they told me about it. So I applied that I got it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because those were the requirements from American embassy. You have to know a school where you are going.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now you talked about a wife.
yeah.
How did you get a wife?
No, we got married.
At what point? After high school? Before you moved to Nairobi?
No, that time I was working at Nairobi.
Okay.
Yeah,
At the checker.
yeah.
That's when you met her?
No, we met at the village. Yeah,
Okay. So
Yeah.
you knew her when you were growing up?
yeah, growing up, yeah.
Okay. Tell us more details about how you got to ask her, will you marry me?
Hey, you're very interesting, Adoni. As a matter of fact, it is, that time we were looking for somebody who is educated. And if she is educated, that, she will get a job and then she will be helping people. Like my wife, she went to some school in, where, Nyeri, Catholic school. I think it was in Mathari, something like that. And then myself, I was also at Kagumo High School. So we met, and then, of course, we decided to get married to a church. Yeah.
Okay, that is too general.
Eh?
You met and you decided to get married.
That's how it.
Tell us the process.
No, what is the process? Munene tajira.
So, your families knew each other?
Yeah, we were in the same village. So, as a matter of fact, what do you call this one? One of my brothers had been married in the same village, from the same home. So myself, that time you are looking for somebody who come from a respectable family. And that family of my wife was very respectable because their father was a chief headman. What do you call headman? Yeah.
Okay.
And then that time, we met and we like each other and we say we are going to get married. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just told her that and she said yes, or did she?
Not told that, she has to also to see what type of a person is, I think, she is looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So which year was that? 19.
Is it in the?
Get married.
I think you can see it there in the
Picture.
Yeah. What was it?
1959.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you did a church wedding?
I went to a church wedding, but here is very interesting. My wife was a Catholic, and myself I was a what? Anglican. So we had to get married. Married in their church, Catholic, and then that time, my wife being a Catholic and me being what? Protestant, is it? Yeah, she said, she said, you cannot. I don't understand how they were doing that particular time. That I have to become a Catholic. So
That's how you.
that's how. Then after that is how I became now a stone Catholic, going to church after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But you see, it is also very important. After I went to America, I came to see those people there. Really, they don't go to church and so forth. You are required to have a certain money by the American government. And you have to go to a medical, to get medical, X-ray, to see that you are not sick and so forth. And then you have to show that you have got they required that time, I think $300. And that $300 to reach it at particular time was very, very hard. Yeah, so we used to have a rambi at the house, and we cook beer, we sold it and so forth, and we managed to raise the money.
Who cooked beer?
My friend, that time, who cooked the beer? It was cooked in the family. Moratina, and it should be, Kamau Kabugi.
He was the brewer?
No, he was the person in charge.
Oh, brewing the...
Yeah.
Okay, so that's an interesting one.
Interesting one, why?
Because I didn't know that you know how to brew beer.
That time you used to have what? Sugar cane and what? And asali. And, they used to have them, to put them near the fireplace. And they brewed there for what? Maybe a week or so.
You can have the recipe.
Yeah.
Okay. That is good to know. That is good to know.
But that was, there were people specialized in that things of making the beer. Brew, yeah.
Okay. So it was a big deal for you to have been accepted to go to the U.S.?
What?
How did the community react to you?
The community were very, very happy because they helped me to go to raise the money, yeah, and so forth.
So the son of the village is going to America?
Yeah, the son of the village is going to America.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the day comes.
But we know what to go to America is when you see the people like these who are working, and you go to church service, you could see the kids of those rich people who are well dressed and so forth. And then I was saying myself, I wish I can be like those kids. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So you desired a standard of living and a lifestyle.
Yeah, it was very interesting. Yeah.
Had gone.
Yeah, and it was when when I was going to America, my wife was happy about it, and everybody in the village.
Okay.
And it was very interesting when I came back. The kids, when the plane was going up, they were saying, "Go and bring Oliver back."
Oh.
They were saying, "Dege, thi ulehe Oliver."
Every time that
they see
an aeroplane.
Yeah, going up in the air.
So they want for you to come home.
Yeah, they want to go and bring Oliver to come back home.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old were you at that time?
No idea.
You have to do the math.
Yeah.
What year was that?
The time I went to America? I can't remember.
Was it 60?
It is somewhere there in my writing. I mean, that time when I got married is after that time.
Not long after you got married.
Yeah.
So you left your young bride, and you had your two children by then?
No, yeah, my son was was born when I was in America.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was first January. I can't remember the year.
It was in January. So you left a young wife,
Yeah.
expecting your second child.
No, second child. Yeah.
Yeah. Was that hard for you, or you just knew that it's something you needed to do?
Where to go to America?
Leaving her behind.
You see, when somebody was, at that time accepted and find a school to go to America was a great thing, because they know that that guy, when go there and finish school, come back to Kenya, will get a very nice job. Yeah.
Okay, so then the things that the education would do for you was the motivation.
Yeah, motivation.
Even though it was difficult.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even it is not difficult because at that time she was hired as a teacher. She was working as a teacher. Yeah.
So tell us about the day you left.
The day I left. The day I left to go to America was very interesting, because the first time we went to the airport, we couldn't get the airport. We couldn't get the place to go in a plane to go. Then we went home. So we had to wake up the following morning to go to the airport, and that time we managed to get the plane, because there were, I think was what, I don't know how they have hired them,
The flights were full, or
no,
aircraft was
the aircraft was small, I think. That time I didn't even know what the aircraft is. Even, the plane. We just go to the plane.
You just go to the airport and fly whichever plane it was.
No, they were hired by some group of people in New York.
Okay.
I think that time was something to do with the Kennedy families and things.
How was it stepping into an aeroplane for the first time for you?
Hey, I'll tell you.
Tell me.
Some of us were scared, because you don't even know about the plane. They would take off. Yeah.
You are not scared.
I was not. But sometimes you see there was during the tumbling, moving up and down. Yeah, because of turbulence. Yeah.
Okay. How long was the flight?
To go to America?
Or how many days?
Even that time I don't remember how many days, because we flew from here. We went and stopped somewhere somewhere in you see what was happening with that plane. It could not fly very long distance. It has to stop. So we stopped somewhere at Benghazi, at where near Mediterranean Sea. Yeah. And then they got filled up. We went up to France, and that time we we stopped, and then from there we moved from another place in I think in the US somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, but that one I think I've written somewhere very clear. And then from there to
you landed in Luxembourg.
Yeah.
And then France.
Yeah.
So Belgium and then Germany.
Yeah.
Those are many stops.
Yeah.
For the aircraft. So it was a really small craft.
Yeah.
Okay. So you stopped in France. You tell a story of how you bought food. Tell us about that story.
No, not sometimes here when you are here you don't you are just going get it. We go to the food. We go to a hotel and we are trying to order some food, and those people are speaking French, and ourselves we can't even understand the French. And even that time, it is very, very interesting, because you want to have you see the food and you say that is what I want. And then when they brought was raw meat, uncooked. And then, the only thing you could see is you need a chicken. And they didn't understand what chicken is, because you don't understand French, and they themselves, they understand Kikuyu or, whatever.
You are speaking Kikuyu to them?
Oh, yeah. Oh, something like that. Tell them what your food you want. Yeah.
So what?
And if you want a chicken, you could tell like this, and they understand.
They understood.
Yeah.
Did you make the chicken noise as well?
Or you could make it, sound. Yeah.
Wuku wuku.
Mm.
Okay. So you had a brief stopover in Newfoundland, Canada.
Yeah.
And then you went to New York.
Yeah.
Apple. Tell us about New York.
That time, you couldn't imagine when you cannot imagine that you're in America that time, New York was so big, and we were all put in a bus, and we were put in the different hotels.
How many were you from Kenya?
I can't remember that time.
Yeah.
And even I didn't. Yeah.
Were you more than 20?
We were all Kenyans. Yeah.
Okay.
And all Kenyans going to different universities and so forth.
Which university did you go to?
I went to one called Alcorn A&M College. Okay. It had agricultural setup, departments and so forth.
Why did you choose agriculture?
That is the time I was thinking that is the best job to come and do in Kenya.
To be a farmer?
Yeah, not to be a farmer. Like those people who are, agriculturists. You are thinking about, they're working either in the government, going and checking what the farmers were doing that time.
So you are in the US in the 60s. It was the height of Jim Crow segregation.
No, it was very interesting. We were all students in New York, and they were going to different schools. Some Alaska, some whatever, and so forth. And then the one we were going to, we went to Mississippi. We were put in one bus. Yeah. And then they were telling us, sit at the back of the seat is one of the best,
When did you discover you were black?
No, I think what we would say is from New York to Mississippi, and we were all put in a bus. And then we were told, sit at the back of the seat is the best, it's comfortable. But you didn't know why they were saying that. So the first place we stopped, they have written that white only. But ourselves, we didn't realize. We tried to go where the white were, because we went there where the white were, because we were told we cannot be served, go to the black side. And then we said, no, we say we are not black. We are Africans. You see, that is what, we came to see that they are Africans, because that white, and then those white people say, go to that place where it is written black on black people and so forth. And then we went, the school we went, we were surprised because it was all black. Yeah. From that day is the time we come to realize you are a black person. And as a matter of fact, when you went to buy a cloth, the white people, the white people could try the cloth, but you as a black were not supposed to, they couldn't, allow you to, to try your, whether it's the same thing or whatever. Yeah.
So you just bought?
You just bought whatever, whether it is fitting you or not fitting you.
So if it doesn't fit, you cannot return. You buy another one.
Yeah, you buy another one.
How did you...
But it was very interesting because when we were there, especially in our school, there was one lady she was Dr. Musgrave. Very nice lady. That is the one who helped us to adjust in certain sections and to tell exactly. You see that you'll be, segregated if you happen to go to certain hotels and so forth.
So she gave you lesson on how
to adjust yourself
Okay.
in those hard positions. Yeah.
Okay. Had you written or heard from home at this point?
What?
Did people at home know how you're doing? Had you written a letter? Like, how was communication back home?
You just write a letter and go through the post office. Yeah.
How many days?
Me, I didn't know. I didn't even know whether the letter will get through or not.
Okay. How did you relate with the black people, the African Americans in our country?
It is very interesting because those people did not accept us, those black people. I mean, the black people, they didn't see us. We are the same. And it was interesting that Africans were probably feel that they were, whatever, better than black people. We integrated together.
So they saw themselves better than you, the black people there.
I think the problem which was there at that particular time, we didn't know who we are. We didn't think that we are black people. And then the black people there, they think they are better than us. Yeah. Yeah.
How did you
break
that?
Huh?
How did you break that barrier?
When we went to school, when we were doing when we were in the class, they came to see us, Africans were doing very well, better than them. And then you see, in that particular time, then people were, trying to integrate to come and ask you some questions. Like when we went to the cafeteria to eat the first time, we didn't, understand that you make a queue and you follow the queue until you are served.
What did you do?
We wanted to jump the queue.
You just went to the front and...
No, yeah.
And then they told you to go back?
They told you, hey, nigga, you can't go there, move back. Yeah. No.
Did you understand what nigga means?
I didn't understand when I was there, except, but we were telling them that me, I'm not a nigger. I am a black person. I'm an African. Yeah. That's what
Was that answer out of pride?
Which one?
Knowing who you are, or was it out of not knowing what they were referring to?
I think that is the very interesting thing is when you went to America, you didn't realize that you are America. You are black person. You are thinking that you are Africans. So when you came to now somebody trying to tell you you are not, you are what? You are black. They say that you are black, but you are not. You are nigger. Or Negro. Yeah.
So you didn't identify with the Africans there.
No, they didn't. They didn't. But as the time came, we come to understand each other. Yeah. And then some of them were very interesting to ask you, who are you from? From Kenya. They didn't even know what Kenya is. Yeah.
So they were curious.
They are curious. But after time, they came to like each other and we understand each other. Okay. Yeah.
So that was in Auckland University?
It was a college that particular time. Yeah. And then when we went there, we started now sending another application to all over the US so you can move. Or you can get a scholarship and so on and so forth.
So that's when you moved to Oregon, the West Coast?
No, that is what I moved to. I went back to New York during the summertime. And, I had applied to go to to California to the lady who sponsored me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she was called Doris Dawson.
How did you get that scholarship or sponsorship?
That one was this Maina Wajigi.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a connection from
Maina. Yeah.
Maina was a good friend.
Yeah, he was a very good friend, because I think her wife and my wife, they knew each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then after New York, you went to...
From New York, I went to Mississippi, Alcorn A&M,
Okay.
which is in Mississippi. And then, during summer, when they finish a year, I went to New York during the summer.
Okay.
And then when I went to New York, I got a job at one of the hotel called Wellington Hotel. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was very interesting. Is lift. Unajua lift ni nini? Monene. Lift is a what? Elevator. Yeah. Yeah. And the elevator was very interesting because, as a matter of fact, you ask, can you drive this one here? Then I said, I can't drive it. And then I went up and down. And that time you had to control where you stopped, every floor and so forth. Not like now, that you punch the numbers and then it stopped.
So it was manual.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was in New York.
New York. And it was very interesting because the lady who I met there, a black lady, she taught me how to drive that thing. And I figured that I know how to do it. And she told the management, hey, this guy was a very good driver. I got a job there.
You got a job there.
Mm.
Okay. So from New York?
From New York, I went to California. Yeah. After the summer.
Okay.
And then there, New York, that's where I was, driving, employed in hotel as an elevator operator. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And then you went to Alcorn?
Yeah,
finished your education?
From there, I went to New York. I went to California. I went to a school, hold on here. From New York, I went to California. Mm-hmm. And then from New York, from New York, I went to California. And California, that's why I got that school at the city was what? Was Los Altos. And there was a college called Foothill. I went there. I stayed. I didn't like it. That is the time I moved to where I moved to to Prattville, Wisconsin. Then from Prattville, I went to Oregon. From Oregon, I went back to where?
Oregon State. You finished your education?
Yeah.
Okay. So you finished your bachelor's at Alcorn, then you went to Oregon, you did your master's.
Yeah.
And your PhD.
Yeah.
Okay. And then after Oregon, you moved back to California.
To California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To teach.
Except when I was, California, at that place called Los Altos, I had some issues with the immigration department. I don't know whether it's a immigration or whatever. During summer season, they asked me to report to a CID headquarters or something like that.
Yeah.
Migration office. Yeah.
Okay. Were you going to be deported?
No, they had an issue. The family I was staying with, it was considered to be communist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at that time, as a matter of fact, Americans, when they hear about communism, was not a very good thing. Yeah.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, that lady told me that be careful. The people, even when you send your letter home, they were leading them on. When you get the letter sent from home to US, they were leading them. Yeah.
At this time, Kenya was...
colonial.
It was still colonial.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of problems like the...
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Even today, when you go to America, they check to see what type of a person you are.
Oh yeah, they do. They do. So, tell us about teaching in California. How was that for you? And
It was good.
what was good about it?
When you are teaching at the US, whatever class you are teaching, everybody is supposed to buy textbook. Yeah. And since I was teaching economics, the class the student was supposed to buy a book. Yeah. And since I was teaching economics, they of course I was expecting them to buy economics books. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
But you see, the problem was the class which I was teaching we are forming them. They were never taught before. Yeah.
So you are creating a curriculum.
Yeah, creating all that. Yeah.
What was your PhD on? What did you study?
My PhD
Okay.
was to test what was. My PhD thesis was it is written there in that book there. Yeah.
Pressing issues of the time, it was the race relations, and you compared the Mau Mau uprising and the struggle that was happening, the civil rights struggle in the States. So you became very active with the black movement.
Yeah, I was, because you see, whether you like it, wherever you went, they considered you as what? Like a black American, you're not supposed to do that. Yeah.
Was
And
you ever jailed?
huh?
Did you ever have trouble with the police other than that time with the FBI?
Who, me? No.
Okay.
No, I had never had any problem. I try to keep, in America, if you do whatever is supposed, especially in driving, you never have any problem.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think I never got a ticket at all those years I was there. Yeah.
You are a model citizen.
Yeah?
You are a model citizen. At what
Yeah.
point did you get the green card?
Have I written there? I can't remember it. I think it was when I finished. Yeah, when I was finished. I can't remember the year.
Okay. Were you teaching then, or were you still a student?
No, when I got a green card, I was hired to go and teach, I think, at the University of California.
Okay, so the green card came before you were hired.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which was very, very good. I didn't even understand what is all this stupid about green card. Yeah.
Yeah, now you do. Now you understand.
No, I understand after, that if you, because you are supposed to apply, you are applying, permission to stay in America. Yeah. And when you had green card, they didn't even care.
Okay.
They
You
had,
decided to come back. Why?
why? Let's see. It is very, very interesting because when Kenyatta was ruling, was here, I was person who believed in qualities and so forth. And I didn't like what Kenyatta was preaching. Was what? Capitalist. Yeah. And you know the capitalist is what? If your capital is what? Person who like, exploiting the black people, even here, Kenya. Yeah.
Okay. So you're an activist.
Who, me? No.
You're a quiet activist.
No, I was a very strong, even today, of equality. Yeah. Yeah. And discrimination, I'm against it. Because you find it that even like what you have here in this country today, that people treat people of different tribe differently from your tribe or likeliness of your other those people.
Have you ever thought of running for president, for politics? Did you ever think coming
No.
back?
When I was coming back, I was thinking of run for or to become an MP and so forth. And then I talked to somebody, and he said the amount of money is required is a lot to be in politics. So I never even thought. Yeah. And the area where I came from, we had a very strong politicians. We had who? Kiano, who stayed there about 13 years, and then came to Matiba, who was also very, very strong. And there was another one who was called Giraffe something from, who was not very strong. But I came to see whether you like to become a politician, you need a lot of money. And if you don't have it, forget it. Yeah.
Okay. So my final question for you is, looking back at your life, what would you have done differently? And what advice would you give to a young person who is looking at their life?
I think the life, when you look at your life, is your attachment to your family. And I say that I was blessed because my family was very good. And I think that it's one of the point things you should do. And then you should try to associate with the people who can help you. Not just to try to go out and do things for yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So good connections, having good people, encouraging people around you. Who was your one person that encouraged you most, other than your mom?
Here. Of course, I would say I was lucky because I had a wife, Mama Jane, and as a matter of fact, you can see that, I was very ambitious to be like other people, here. You find the people with a lot of money, and then I wanted to do the same thing. And the way when I look at them, either they were doing some business and so forth. And the one I associated with them here were very, very rich people. Like you can see Mr. Wahome, who had some business, you know. And then we had this old man called Kamau Kabugi from our area, who was he didn't know how to read, but he had money. Yeah.
He was a good businessman.
Yeah, businessman.
Well, thank you so much for telling us your story once again.
Yeah.
There's a lot that you can pack in.
Yeah, even this one here before, you know, you heard it quite a bit.